What is going on, guys? Alchemist here with Windy City Gaming. Hope everybody's doing okay. Wanted to bring you guys my original Xbox video game collection, guys. Let's take a quick look here, and then we'll individually show you guys every game.
Stay out of it, or you're sleeping in my marketplace. You stop. That is not a haunt. It is a curse. That's why I forget. I got blasted out of the sky when I lost my way. Get away from me. I'm a very guy. Hey, stop. I will smite you.
There it is, guys. Let's take a closer look. What is going on, guys? Alchemist here, Windy City Gaming. Today, guys, I wanted to bring you guys my original Xbox video game collection, guys. I hope everyone is just as excited as I am. I want to start off by saying, guys, thank you guys for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget, guys, I do have a mystery video I'll be bringing you guys. I will be receiving the item very soon. So do expect just a random mysterious video, guys, especially for you. So nevertheless, guys, let's go ahead and start getting into these Xbox games. Let's see what we got here. First off, now these guys are, again, in no particular order. Just gather them all together and ready to show you guys. So first up, Dark Summit snowboarding. Made by THQ. I played this a few times. This is a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to go through these a little bit fast since I do have a lot, guys. But yeah, this is a great game if you guys haven't tried it and are into snowboarding. Definitely give this a go, guys. There's that one. Next up, SSX on Tour snowboarding. Made by EA Sports. This one was a fun one. It was like a wacky, funny one. Pretty cool. I like that cover. It's pretty nice. Alright, next up we have is this is exhibition demo disc for Xbox. Now this was obviously, before these games came out, you were able to play them. So this is a demo disc for the Panzer Dragoon Orta, Tom Clancy Splinter Cell, ToeJam and Earl 3, Mission to Earth, Quantum Redshift, Halo, Madden, Whack, Time Splitters was pretty cool, and NFL Fever. So this is just a little demo disc, guys, I've collected. Next up we have is X-Men the official game. This one is really cool. I do like this a lot. You get to choose your character, special abilities, obviously, depending on who you choose. And, yeah, guys, pretty fun. So there's that one. Next up, we have the Sega GT 2002 and the Jet Set Radio Future combo. 2 Xbox exclusives. I remember getting this when I first bought my Xbox. It came with the system, which was pretty cool. These games were both awesome. I used to love this racing game, and of course the Jet Set Radio was cool as well. Next up I have is Spider-Man. That's when you went against the what is it, the Green Goblin. This one was pretty cool. I feel like those games, man, the early Spider-Man games were the best. I mean, the ones that are out now are obviously good, but those were good as well, the original ones. Next up, I have Spider-Man 2. This was a really cool one. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but this one was so much fun. Being out in New York. Next up we have is Siberia. This one I have yet to play, guys. I have not played yet. I am playing so much, so some of these games I have not played. Siberia, guys. Let me know what you guys think of Siberia if you guys played it. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you guys think about it? Because I have yet to play it. Next up we have is Tony Hawk's Pro Skateboarder 2 times. I played a lot of Tony Hawk's. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I played this one. I mean, Tony Hawk's at the time were amazing. All of them were cool. A must-have for your original Xbox collection is, of course, the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. It is actually backwards compat. You can play this on your one. I've played a little bit of it, but have not beaten it. But it is a great game, and this is definitely on my list to beat. So that's a great one. Next up we have is Hunter the Reckoning. If you guys like slaying, what is it, like zombies, and this is the game for you guys, man. This was such a great game, man. Deliver us from evil. This was a great one. Brings back good memories looking at this title. I used to play this one a lot. Next up we have, of course, is Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront was, man, you know, playing this, being younger, was just so much joy, man, that the Star Wars games, the Battlefront games brought me, man. And now, I mean, they've changed, of course, but you know, I'm happy to have these in my collection, because even if the newer ones suck, I can always go back to the old ones, the early ones, I should say. Next up I have is World War II Combat. I have not played this. Road to Berlin. Looks like a pretty good shooter. I definitely will be trying this one out eventually. Next up I have is Ghost Recon 2. Big fan of the Ghost Recon series at the time. This one was really good. I remember this one. Yeah, guys, one of those great shooters, man, that, you know, started the whole multiplayer online thing, man. These Ghost Recon games were amazing. Next up I have is Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter. I remember when this came out. I never picked it up. I eventually played it at a buddy's house, and I did like it. And I went ahead and purchased it like after I want to say a couple weeks after launch. It was a pretty cool game, man. Never beat it, but I did play a little bit of it. It's pretty good, pretty cool game. Made by Black Label. Wonder what happened to them. Next up we have is Shadow Ops Red Mercury. The threat is real. Xbox exclusive. Never tried this one. I will randomly pick up games, guys, that I've never played, and definitely add them to my collection. You know, whenever I have some downtime, I always, you know, chill in my bedroom. Got a nice couch, you know, nice TV. Set up for my retro gaming, and man, I just try all these games out. But that one I have yet to try. And next we have Secret Weapons Over Normandy. I haven't tried this one. It looks like you know, aerial pilot. What do you call it? Jet fighting. The fighter of the X-Wing series. Looks pretty cool. Haven't tried that. Next up we have is Rally Sport Challenge. This is like a dirt racing game. These were pretty cool. I remember playing the Gran Turismo A-Spec for PlayStation, and I believe you could rally. Was it? I'm not sure if it was Gran Turismo, but I remember playing one. Or no, it was actually for the original PlayStation. It was like something V-Rally or something like that. Those were cool games. I remember those, but I haven't tried that one. Next up we have is America's Army, Rise of a Soldier. This one looked really cool when I picked it up. Haven't tried it yet though. It looks really good, guys. Check it out. Like a cool shooter. Can't wait to try that one. Next up we have is Waveboarding Unleashed, featuring Sean Murray. I haven't tried this one either. Looks cool though. I was a big for the N64. I was a big Wave Race fan, so you know, I definitely know I'll enjoy that one. Next up we have is World Championship Poker. I have not tried this yet, but I'm sure I will get to it. I'm not big on gambling or anything like that, so you know, who knows when we get to that one. Next up I have is Trivia Pursuit, Unhinged. Have not played this, but I think this one came with like special controllers that you would like hit buttons with, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so. So I have that one as well. Next up we have is ATV Quad Power Racing by Acclaim. This one's like the, I guess it looks like the Road Rash for ATVs. Kick people off. Never tried this. It looks pretty cool though. And there's that one. Next up we have is, this was definitely a must-have for your Xbox collection, is Crimson Skies. This is backwards compatible as well for the Xbox One. So cool, man. Just, you know, aerial fighting with you know, gunners and stuff. It was awesome, man, for its time. You know, even to this day, it's such a great game. Definitely a must-have for your Xbox collection. Next up I have is Dead or Alive 3. Pretty good fighting game. You know, I used to play with buddies. It was great. I believe I have like 2 or 3 copies of that in here. Next up we have is Beyond Good and Evil. This one was pretty cool. I remember my little sister playing this recently, actually. Looked pretty good. Next up is Kill Switch. I did buy this one at launch some time ago. It was a great shooter, man. This shooter, I believe, really brought the tactics of like you know, what do you call it? Taking cover. I believe not a lot of games used to do that. This one really was like, okay, you take cover, you aim, you know what I mean. It was kind of like that. It was one of the first, you know, which was pretty cool at the time. Kill Switch. Next up I have is Fable. I have not played this Fable. I believe I have played some for the 360, which might be a remaster, I believe. But Fable is awesome, man. Fable is one of those games that you put in time and time, and you know, you definitely enjoy. That's a good game right there, Fable. Next up I have is Destroy All Humans 2. This one's a pretty fun, wacky game by THQ. Man, I love THQ. Sad that they parted ways from gaming. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. You're out. It's kind of random, you know. Just you're an alien running around in like a city, and you're doing little side missions and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's different. Man, I remember Fusion Frenzy. Fusion Frenzy was, man, one of those great games, man, that were one of the early Xbox games. When I got my hands on this one, it's just multiple different games you can play on it. It was so cool, man. So much fun. I used to play this with my brother. Such a cool game. That is a must-have as well for your collection. And here's another Dead or Alive Platinum hit, which I already showed you guys right here. Next up I have is Bloodwake. I haven't tried Bloodwake. Looks pretty cool though, like battleships or ships in water, like with gunners, like Vigilante, I guess, but in the water. Check that out. Next up is Van Helsing. I love the movie Van Helsing, so I remember I bought this one recently, more recent than others. But yeah, I couldn't wait to play this game, and I haven't yet, so I definitely will try to get on this one. Next up, guys, is The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. I have yet to play this one. I know I started the first one. It's a little bit hard, I gotta admit. These are, at least the first one was. And so I definitely will save these for a rainy day, the Lord of the Rings series, because I love the Lord of the Rings movies. And I'm guessing the game should be good. At least the first one was. So even though it's pretty hard. Next up we have is Brute Force. I remember playing this one a little bit here and there. Never beat it. I remember my buddies used to play the multiplayer, but I never got around to playing even the multiplayer. I used to just mess around in the campaign for a little bit and lost interest like a kid. But to have it again, definitely have to try it out again. Next up I have is the Terminator Dawn of Fate. I have not tried this one. Yes, that looks pretty cool though. Really cool. Next I have is Tony Hawk's 2 Underground, or Tony Hawk's Underground 2. These were amazing, man. These were one of my favorite games to play. Were of course the Tony Hawks. All the Tony Hawks were great. This one I believe you were able to do wackier stuff on it, but that one was great. Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and Tetris Worlds combo. This was another one that they used to give away, or it used to be bundled up when you bought an Xbox. So this was another one of those. I remember playing this one. My brother. That one was cool. Next up we have, guys, is Gun. Gun is a cool game, man. Gun is it was one of those Western shooters. Before what is it? Crap. What's the game I'm thinking of, guys, that just came out? Red Dead Redemption 2. Before that one, there was this one. It wasn't such an open world, but I think it was a starter for it, which was it was pretty cool, man. This was a great game. I remember I bought this one at launch. Next up we have, guys, is Enter the Matrix. One of my favorite games, of course. I love the Matrix. Man, I feel like, didn't they have a series? I don't know, I could be mistaken, guys. Enter the Matrix, that was great. But that would be cool, man, if they, like, on Netflix, if they made a Matrix series. That'd be badass, man. And of course, Matrix: A Path to Neo. This game was great, man. Just the customization, your points and abilities and everything you were able to do on this one was a little more sophisticated than part 1, but man, it was so good. This one was great. Matrix: Path to Neo. Next one, definite must-have as well, Half-Life 2. I think this one is backwards compat as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm actually still playing this. I remember I started playing this for the PC some time ago when I was a little bit, on PC and Steam and all that good stuff. But I left PC for good some time ago. And Half-Life, man, that is a great game. Great experience. One of the great experiences too on PC. One of the first games I played on PC. Next up we have is MVP Baseball, 2005. One of my favorite baseball series of all time. Was the MVPs. Too bad they discontinued it. Those were pretty fun. Used to play those with my brothers. Next up, what I have, guys, is The Simpsons Road Rage. If you guys haven't played this, this is pretty much like Crazy Taxi, but Simpsons. The Simpsons fucking pretty much what Crazy Taxi was, but the Simpsons version, pretty much. Yeah, and excuse my language, sorry. But yeah, there's that one, guys. I know I've been talking about this one with my buddies lately. Man, we gotta play this one again. Next up we have, guys, is Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Bought this one at launch. Was a great game, man. I remember I used to play with my buddies, brothers. Such a good fighting game for its time. Next up, what I have is Mad Dash Racing. I have not played this one, but it says music by Moby, Fatboy Slim, The Crystal Method, and more. I haven't tried this one. It looks fun. That one looks fun. Yeah, I definitely got to put that one to the side and try it out. Here's another Dead or Alive copy. We'll set down here. Well, actually, we'll put up here. Next up is Smashing Drive. I believe this one was like a Vigilante 8 for the Xbox, but wasn't half as cool. You know, I remember playing this one not too long, but I tried it out. Next up I have is Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix. I do have the dance mats for this, for actually the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. These are pretty fun. You know, friends, parties, having a drink, bust out the dance mat, of course. Next up I have for you guys is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Love this game. I used to play it so much with buddies. It was just a fun game. Fun. Yeah, let me put these a little bit together. There we go. Next up I have is 50 Cent Bulletproof. I remember back in the day I used to play this with some buddies as well. Man, I was always a gamer. I was always playing with my buddies video games. You know, we used to borrow each other's video games. We, you know, used to go to each other's houses and watch each other beat different games, and it was just so cool, man. And this was one of them. I remember I bought it, and buddies would come over and we used to check it out. It had the whole G-Unit soundtrack on there at the time, or it still does, I mean, but you know, it was pretty cool back then. Cool times. Good memories with some of these games. Next up I have is Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Love the Splinter Cell. I beat all of the Splinter Cells for the Xbox, and I believe I have all of them as well. Pandora Tomorrow was cool. I remember this one. I don't know if you guys remember playing this one, but man, just the series itself, such a great game, man. Next up we have, of course, True Crime Streets of LA. I remember buying this one when it launched, on launch day. So cool, man, going around showing people your badge, and you know, it was I believe this was, like, to me, the first game I've ever played where you were able to, like, open world to a certain point, and you were a cop. I mean, you could be a good cop or you could be a bad cop. And I remember just going around trying to be a good cop, flashing my badge and giving people, like, the option, like giving up, or, you know, always shooting was my last resort, which was pretty weird, but yeah. Next up I have is Counter-Strike. I don't remember playing a lot of Counter-Strike online. I do not, but I remember picking this up for $2 at a Goodwill. So yeah, but I never got to try this one. Next up we have is Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. I have not tried this one. I've tried the Battlefronts, but I don't believe I have tried this one. Let me know what you guys think of this one, and you know, the Battlefronts, and you know, the Revenge of the Sith, and there's a couple more I have here. Let me know which one's is your guys' favorite from the Star Wars series. Next up I have is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ogie's Revenge. I have not played this one. I've been wanting to play it, and actually Halloween's right around the corner, so I might actually put this one to the side as well, and you know, play it with the fam and check it out. Next up I have, guys, is of course a must, Halo. I remember I beat this Halo game. Man, it was so fun, man. It was just it brought a different kind of game, you know, to my eyes when I played Halo. I feel like I didn't like the newer Halos after, like, Halo 1 and 2. Kind of steered away from them, you know. I wanted to keep these retros, you know, the retro games embedded in my head, and not play newer ones that kind of distracted me. But I guess, I mean, that's the point of a new game, obviously. But I just, you know, I played these and I love these, and I just left it like that. I never tried the other ones. So there's the Halo. I have Halo 2 as well. This one was great. I don't remember beating this one. I didn't play a lot of online on this one, but did play a little bit of the campaign. It was pretty good. And there's that one. Next up we have is Spy Hunter 2. I don't remember if I played this one. Actually, I think it was kind of like a James Bondish type of game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't recall 100% on this one. Next up I have is the Herbs. The Herbs Sims in the City. I used to play The Sims a lot, surprisingly. Like, I'm surprised I played those games. It was just cool at the time. You know, just pretty much making whatever you wanted, dressing up people, hooking up whatever the house was, or it was pretty cool, man. I like this game. I really do enjoy all of these Sims games, or used to at least. I gotta go down Sims Lane again and try them out. Next up I have is Blinks the Time Sweeper. These were really cool. I haven't beat this one, but I do remember playing some of it. But it was fun. It was a fun game. Back when games were like fun, you know, adventurous. I'm not saying that games aren't anymore like that, but this was like a different kind of fun. There's that one. And next up we have is Breakdown. I do not remember playing this one, but it looks really cool, so I remember picking it up. There's that one. Next up I have is Deus Ex Invisible War. Now I have I believe I do have like Deus Ex for the 360. I have Deus Ex for the Xbox One. So I have yet to beat them. I have not played this one, but I was excited to find it because these are really cool games. Like, I've played them, but I haven't beaten them. So there's that one. Next up, a classic for me is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. You know, when I bought this game and I found out that, you know, when you're racing, you know, cops could chase you. You could be the cops. It was such a cool game. I love this game, man. I used to play this a lot for the Nintendo GameCube as well. Such a great game. Next up, again, The Sims. I don't know why I have it in this little sleeve. I'm telling you, I used to be a Sims nerd. I mean, I loved The Sims. It was just cool. Like everything you can do in the game. So there's that one. Fight Club. I actually, you guys are probably gonna hate me for this, but I have not seen the movie. I do have it on Blu-ray. I've tried seeing the movie and I don't know, I fall asleep. I gotta finish watching the movie because I have the game. Gotta check that out. Here's another copy of Halo 2. I'm gonna just throw up there. Next up I have is Project Snowblind. Never tried this one. If you know, let me know in the comments any one of these games that I've haven't played, guys. Let me know what you guys think if you've played them already. Feedback would be great. So there's that one, Snowblind. This one was great. I remember playing this one a lot. Was The Suffering Ties That Bind. If I'm not mistaken, this is part 2. I think. It was a crazy, crazy twisted game, but I liked it, man. It was so fun. Good shooter, shooting like weird animals, and pretty cool. And here is the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. So this is the one I believe no. Yeah, I believe this is the one I started playing for a little bit and just left alone. I got to get back into those. Next up we have is Delta Force Black Hawk Down. I have not seen this one, but I've seen the movie Black Hawk Down, and that was great, so pick this up. Gotta check that out. Next up, one of my faves, Burnout 2. This was one of those games where you needed to literally do some insane crashes to get points and stuff like that. This one was pretty beast. I remember this one. Burnout 2, guys. Next up I have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Don't think I played this one as well. I don't think I played this one. I don't think I did. I definitely got to get rolling on these though. I am going to be taking vacations from work. You know, around Christmas time. I'm going to have some time off, so I definitely am going to play some of these. Next up is Midway Arcade Treasures. This one was a cool one. Playing the old school games. Shows you all of them that are on here. Rampage was cool. Paperboy, of course. Joust. The First Spy Hunter. Good games on here. Next up is, guys, a Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition. Don't remember if I played this one as well. This is the one with the aerial one. No, I don't think I played this one. But I definitely added it to the collection. And next up is Mech Assault. Why is this open? Next up is Mech Assault. Another Xbox exclusive. Don't remember playing this one. So there's that. Of course, a classic Splinter Cell. I remember I seen my brother beat this game, and I was just so excited about the game. I was like, man, I gotta beat it. So I played it, and it, at first it was hard, because it's stealth. You're not just out there gunning people and going bananas and stuff. You gotta really. It was a stealthy game, so it was cool. Once I beat it, it was awesome. Loved it. Next up we have is 007 Nightfire. This one was great. I remember beating this one. I really love the whole, the old school 007 games. Nothing compares, of course, to the N64 GoldenEye, but these were awesome as well. Next up we have is Demon Stone. I bought this at one of my local video gaming stores. It looked cool. I read it. It was like RPG-ish. Bought it for $5. And have yet to try it out, guys. So there's that one. Next up, of course, a must, Ninja Gaiden. This game was tougher than the $2 steak, guys. I don't remember beating this. I did get pretty far, but this game was tough, man. I really liked it, man. This was a great game. I wish I would have beat it. So there's that one. Next up we have is Midway Arcade Treasures 3, another little bundle of games you can play. San Francisco Rush, Hydro Thunder, Super Off-Road, Badlands Race Driving, Stun Driver, San Francisco Rush 2049, and Off-Road Thunder. Just a couple mini games. Next up we have is Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix, and you guys seen that one already. Next up we have is NFL Fever. My brother used to play this Royal, I remember. I wasn't a big fan of football games. There's that one. Next up I have is Circus Maximus Chariot Wars. I have no idea what this is, but I do remember buying it. Very inexpensive. Next up I have is Prisoner of War. Now this is one of my recent buys. Looked pretty cool. Gotta check that one out still. Next up, of course, classic Hitman Contracts. This was one of my first games I purchased for the Xbox. Such a great game, man. I remember my brother beat it on what was it? Like you couldn't be seen or something like that, and he unlocked the gold ballers. So it's pretty much these these guns here, gold, which is pretty cool. That was tough though. I couldn't get it on I couldn't get it or beat it on that challenge. I couldn't beat that challenge, I should say. Next one is like a fitness game. This was one of my recent pickups as well. I haven't tried it. I remember one of my buddies had this. This is how he played at one point, was NBA Ballers. Just b-balling. It was pretty cool. It's like a rental case, but not the original. Cool game though. Whoops. X-Men Legends. Don't know if I covered this or not already. But this one's a great one too. My brother put me on this one. Told me to check it out. Tried it out. Great game, man. X-Men Legends. Next up, of course, is Star Wars Battlefront 2. This one was great as well, man. I remember playing this one. Bought this for $3. Great game. Good memories. Good memories, guys. If you guys haven't played these early Battlefront games, man, I suggest you guys give them a try. Next up, pretty beat up, I have is Grand Theft Auto, the Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City collection. The box is pretty crazy, but I got a buddy who restores games, and I've been meaning to have him restore this for me. So yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. Check that out. So there's that one. And I'm gonna end it with a really cool game I used to play, guys. You know, I will be doing a part 2, so stay tuned for my part 2. But I will end it with one of my favorite games, guys. One of my all-time favorite games for the Xbox. I don't know if you guys played, was 25 to Life. Now this game was pretty crazy. You were like this what do you call it? You were like this thug dude, and you know, you're in the position to be a cop. You know, you could be a cop, or you could be a crooked cop, which was pretty crazy, man. You know, being young and playing games like this, I was like, wait, what? You know, you could be bad. You could be a, you know, you could be a bad cop, and they let you do this in the game, and it was pretty crazy. So, 25 to Life. This one was a great game. I remember me playing for the Xbox. So we'll end it there, guys, for the part 1. Let me know what you guys think so far of my you know, my games I've showed you guys so far. Let me know if you liked the games thus far, guys, for my part 1. And you know what, give me some feedback. Feedback is always great. You know, I will be doing giveaways, guys. I decided I will be doing some giveaways. You know, whoever keeps liking and keeps commenting will definitely win some of these games, guys. Some of my doubles that you guys have seen. So, again, guys, if you haven't already, guys, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and let you know every time I upload, guys. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. I really do appreciate it, guys. Love you guys so much, man. Alchemist out. Till the next one. Deuce.